Good morning, everyone. Welcome to King Family Farm. We got rain. It's amazing. Everything looks so lush and green. I'm just thrilled. So I'm just taking the leftovers from my daughter's birthday party yesterday out to the pigs. I'm sure they'll love the little tidbits of cake and frosting and hamburger buns and that kind of stuff. And then we're going to see what we can get into out here today. Do some gardening. Probably pull some weeds. Hey girls. Is it a nice muddy mess in here for you? Is it a nice muddy mess in here for you? Look at that mess. Hmm? Yeah. We'll get you some fresh water and some more feed. Look it. We have strawberries turning red. Yay. Very excited. They're not huge, but I mean, they are growing in a container. So these ones are kind of weird shaped, but that one I would say is ripe. So I think I'll pick it and enjoy it. It's not very big. It's kind of a weird shape, but it tastes pretty good. So, not bad, not bad. Things are looking good. So, I'm gonna go down to the farm, collect some eggs, see where we're at. Good morning, Newman. Are you trying to tell me I haven't fed you? Because you know that's not true, right? All right. Essentially, that's kind of it. We dig it in. Do not bury it lower than it already is in the pot because you're going to bury the graft and then you'll have sprouts coming up that are not the tree you want. I am going to come back through and stake it and make sure that it doesn't lean either way, but that's kind of it. So we've created a bit of a divot around it. We've put some weed barrier fabric around it, and that should do it. And we're supposed to get some rain this afternoon, which is why I'm just sweating to death out here because it's just so humid. It's not that hot, but the humidity is like 90%. Essentially what we've done is we took the sod that we dug out of here and we cut it in half and created this horseshoe here and pushed it down. I stepped on it in front and that'll start regrowing, no problem. And so when the water comes down the slope here, it'll hit this and then slow down. It'll sink a little more so the tree will get more water before it heads on its way. I have to admit, I thought this snowball bush was an absolute goner this spring. It never blooms for me. There's these bugs that get all over it. So the first leaves that come out in the spring are just absolutely, they're horrendous. They're all lacy and terrible. Apparently, I think I looked up, I can hit it with a dormant spray and that might help it. And I might try that next year and see, because this thing's been planted here for about 6 years and it's just kind of not done anything. Down here, we have the elderberry that we put in last fall and it's really starting to take off. I don't think it's going to bloom this year and that's just fine. But I'm going to cut the grass back around it, give it a nice chance to keep going, and maybe next year we'll see some berries on it. Now the biggest issue we have had with our apple tree is the tent caterpillars have just ravaged. This is a nest for next year's evil things. But they really ravaged. It didn't matter how many times I came out in here and picked at it. I'm not going to get any crab apples this year. which is too bad. This never even got a chance to bloom. But it does look like it's going to recover. The other apple tree I just planted looks the same. I think they'll be fine. Hopefully they just put some new leaves, a bit of new growth at the top, and next spring they'll look a lot better. I was really hoping to see this rose bloom this year. Unfortunately, the caterpillars devastated this too. It was looking so beautiful, and then the caterpillars got to it, and I don't know if we'll see any flowers off it. But, oh, maybe that's just leaves. But it should, I gotta prune out this dead stuff, but other than that, I think it'll look real nice when it finally gets going. And again, I'm gonna cut all this back, probably put one of those weed barriers around it just to give it a chance so it's not getting choked, and it'll look real nice. This here, you can see there's one cherry left. This is my Montmorency cherry. It did really well this year. The caterpillars didn't seem to like it quite as much. I did get to eat about a handful of cherries off it this year. So hopefully next year, I'll give it a bit of a prune, and hopefully next year we get to see a lot more cherries off of it. But it's doing really, really well. And we did the same thing here. This is actually right where my foot is. This is higher than the rest of it. It's the same swale style that we did on the trees we just planted. I really did think this grape was dead, which is why I bought a bunch more. And then it just came to life and took off. Now, it's not blooming this year, which is fine, because this is only its second year in the ground. But it's really taking off. It's going to need a trellis in a hurry. So that's on the list of things to get done this year. And the pigs here, now they're kind of in this little permanent pen that I put up really quickly for them to have somewhere to get outside. And they're really, really enjoying it. They've loved the mud that they got since the rain yesterday. But what I want to do is come off the baby barn here. I'll step back so you can see it. There's our solar energizer from Princess Auto, which is hanging on the corner of the baby barn. And the snapping you can hear is that electric fence. So we want to come off the corner of this baby barn and go straight out past the birch trees and up into the woods. And I want to go that way with some electric fence. There's a good, I don't know, half acre up in there that I can paddock off for the pigs. And I think that's what we're going to do, is I'm going to start with like a small area, clean this out, little small area, get them used to the electric fence some more, and then just expand their territory. There's a lot of bramble and stuff underneath the trees up in the woods, so we'd like to clear that out, and I think I'll let the pigs do that. Hey girls, do you think you'd like to clean out the woods? Yeah? You're so messy. Look at the mess of the water. Hey? It's fun though, isn't it? Lots of mud. You can see here, there's one of the trees we just planted. Now, it needs stakes to help straighten it up, because you can see it's on a bit of an angle and we need to fix that. And then I have this really lovely wild rose looking rose. It's not a wild rose, but it's like a single bloom, and it's really, really pretty. And it should be huge. It got mowed a few times. There were actually 2 more of them, and I don't have them anymore. They just didn't survive the regular mowing they were getting. So this is going to get a lot bigger, but if I run the fence line like right here, and then what I want to do is come out probably to that and make like a gate to get in. I haven't quite decided what I'm doing, but anyways, that's kind of what I'm thinking there. So you can see though the 2 trees we've just put in, and I need to get a wrap for this plum tree to stop the rodents from eating it up in the winter. It's continuing to pretend that it wants to thunderstorm, so I'm not really sure, but we actually continued with the gravel here, so that is also done. We're gonna have to watch it settle and probably fill in a few spots, but I'm really happy with the way it looks around the house. It makes everything look very, very finished. As you can see here, now you can't see the blue skin. I mean, there's the baby barn and the pigs and the tree we just planted, but it's not finished over there. But here, Here it looks really, really good. I'm probably going to put a planter right here. It'll cover up this hole on either side of the porch, but this just looks so much nicer. And then on this side of the porch, we've also finished. Now here, you can see there's a little bit of blue skin showing, and we have an issue because of the way the land slopes. I think we're gonna put stairs coming off the deck finally. So I think I'm gonna put like a retaining kind of wall here, and then I'll be able to hold the gravel up, and then we'll slope it away. But that way we'll put the stairs onto that. And then this is our wood room door, and this is all nicely finished. It looks fantastic. The sun has come back out for now anyways. So I'm actually going to finish this video here, see what else I can get up to. Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you here next time on the farm.